You might remember that last time we thought we'd fixed all our shifting problems.
Having that same shifting problem we had a month ago.
We hobbled our way into Las Cruces.
I don't know if we could go anywhere else.
To have a mechanic we trusted see if they could find the issue.
So he pulled out our fuel filters. There was just garbage coming out of the fuel filters.
Which was a relatively easy fix.
Good problem to have, wouldn't it?
We won't know until we put some real miles on if it has solved our issue.
We still have the most expensive bus maintenance thing to do.
We're at the mechanics for them to install our new alternator.
It turns out they sent us the wrong part.
So we're back sleeping at the mechanics tonight. Slept like babies last night, and today we are heading out to some BLM to scout it out, see if we can fit.
We've got 3 spots to consider. It's always weird looking at the top of Google Maps. There's no street view on these places because they're so far out off the side of any major road. But I'm feeling good, like I think one of them will work for us. That's all we need.
Yep.
All we needed to do was find one spot to camp for the week while we waited for our bus pass to be delivered.
Stop number 1, this is Baylor Pass. It's like a trailhead. There's quite a few people in the spots that we'd be able to fit into. Plus look at this little tiny house. I don't see a lot of tiny houses out in BLM land.
No, not very often.
If they stick around, there's no space for us.
Yeah.
All right, spot number 2.
Off to spot number 2.
Let's go. Spot number 2. We're at the Sierra Vista Trail. I don't know. I mean, we could fit there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people here.
Yeah.
But that's only like one spot.
Yeah.
What if somebody's there?
Exactly.
Like, and we come here and then we can't turn around. Spot number 3 that wasn't originally on the list, but we're gonna check it out.
We pulled over at the Tortuga Mountain Trailhead, I think is the name of it. But I don't think you can camp here.
People's reviews say they're not really sure. It's BLM, but they're not really sure if you're allowed to camp here. This one I feel like is the best option for us so far, though.
Definitely. Let's check the other one out, and if we got 2 options, that's always the best. Spot number 4, we didn't plan on looking at it, but we saw an RV up here on the side of the road.
Well, they got rules on that sign, but it doesn't say anything about camping.
Somebody's camping over there.
I mean, they could just be on the trail, or they could be camping.
It also, there's a little bit of road noise, so not
the best spot.
All right, we've got one more place to look at.
Spot number, I lost count. Super rocky and super uneven. I don't think this is it.
Yeah, I think we might just go to the Harvest House for the night. What do you think?
Spot number 6, we're on the opposite side of town now, and this one looks pretty good for us. This one's also closer to the mechanic, so it makes it easier for when we have to go back.
Yep. All right, let's move the bus, see if we can secure that spot.
First thing we do after we arrive to a new spot, take the cats out to explore. Let's have this entire area to explore, and they just want to sniff right by the door of the bus with whatever was out here.
Buddy, come on this way. Come on, buddy. Well, it looks like we got here just in time. Rain clouds are hovering near us. But nice spot, huh? I think it worked out pretty good.
It did, definitely quiet. We'll see if a bunch of people show up, but...
Nice big spot. We kind of cornered off our camp spot, and we got pretty decent view of the mountains on the other side if the rain clouds aren't there. Time to get caught up on some work because we have fallen behind, I guess, in the past few days because there's been so much going on.
So much bus work.
All right, let's get to work.
Okay. So we had a few days to wait around in Las Cruces for the alternator to show up.
And today, I'm first gonna go get a haircut and then we're gonna go for a little adventure. Wish me luck.
Bye.
Bye.
Whenever Mela goes out to get a haircut, it's always a new hairdresser because we're always in a new place. And it always makes me nervous. She can come back and we can joke and say that I've got a brand new girlfriend, or she can come back and cry for the next 2 days. Anybody else out there have the same situation? Haircut time. Let's see what we got here. She's smiling. That's a good sign.
Ta-da!
Oh, that looks really nice.
Yeah, she did a good job, right?
Yeah.
Okay, wait, you're not gonna believe this though. So my hairdresser lived her whole adult life in Austin, Texas, for 20 years, and then it was getting busier and more people were moving there, and there was traffic, and they were done with it. So they bought an old Airstream, gutted it, renovated the inside completely, and went traveling to find a new place to live. And they settled in a little mountain town near Aspen, and they lived there 6 years, but during COVID, people started moving in, everybody started complaining about the traffic again, and they were like, yeah, this just really isn't us. And they went down to Elephant Butte and waited there, figuring out where they were gonna go. Her husband wanted to go to Bisbee, our favorite little Arizona town, but she was like, I think Bisbee's gonna be a little too small for us. I think we need something a little bit bigger, and so they settled on Las Cruces. Isn't that funny?
Wow, that's crazy.
Isn't that weird?
That's really funny.
I mean, what are the chances? Like, they're doing exactly what
we're
we're
doing?
doing, basically,
And they were like in the same
and they're
places?
like the same places we do.
Did you tell them we should hang out? You like your haircut?
I do. I think she did a good job.
I like it a lot. It looks good.
All right, time to go have fun.
Yeah, let's go.
First, we went to the historic town of Mesilla.
It's a really cute town, almost all adobe structures.
The restaurant that I had picked out and was so excited to try was closed. They closed early for the day. But it kind of worked out pretty good because we went across the road to La Posta. And the food, I would say it was good. It wasn't the best Mexican food I've had. I can't really eat too much of it. It's like closed down.
What they call caliente here.
But it was totally worth visiting that building. It is adorable. I just love the decor inside.
Yeah, what was it? An old schoolhouse and an old hotel?
Mesilla was a roaring Wild West town during the late 1800s.
It was the biggest village between San Diego and San Antonio.
During this period, La Posta served as a corn exchange hotel, a favorite stop on the Butterfield stagecoach line.
Which is really cool because I think so often as we travel across the US, there's very little that isn't built after 1970s.
We're camped out on the west side of Las Cruces in the mountains, and we're staring at these gorgeous organ pipe mountains on the opposite side.
Mela found a spot called Dripping Springs to go hiking at.
We were down at sea level all winter. What are we at elevation? Like 4,000 feet now? Whew, it's a slow, steady incline on this trail, and I feel so out of shape. I'm out of breath here. But it feels amazing to be out here. These mountains are gorgeous.
When we got there, the ranger had told us, yeah, there's some water coming down the Dripping Springs. So we were pretty excited because you're in the desert. You're excited to see water. We got all the way back there.
Is that the Dripping Spring?
Oh my goodness. And it was literally dripping.
It's a dripping spring.
And I think that was great. It was a fun hike, but there was also a sanatorium.
There was a camp again that they created for travelers to come stay up in the mountains, and a sanatorium.
Which is like an old-timey spa medical facility kind of thing. Place where people go to rest and get healthy.
Get healthy.
I think we found a new home right here, guys.
This is
so
amazing.
nice. What do you think? Have we found a place to live?
Ah, this is amazing. I mean, it's a little run down. We have to fix it up, right?
It's definitely a fixer-upper.
I can see why they have a sanatorium up here. It's so
Peaceful.
quiet and peaceful, fresh air.
Yeah, the mountains make it so majestic. What would realtor terms be? I think they'd call it a rustic fixer-upper.
There you go. So happy, aren't
The textures on that wood from the 1800s, it's just gorgeous. I just love those textures.
The dripping springs wasn't a big payoff. The buildings, all these sort of old buildings, were just so cool.
We're up at the sanatorium, and there's people way up on the rocks up there. It's crazy. I don't know if I'm ready for a hike way up there, but
I just don't know how they get there even. Definitely a fun hike, recommend it.
So you saw we scouted that whole east side and there wasn't any good BLM or free camping over there. We ended up on the west side in this prehistoric track area. Most of it was closed off because they were doing what they called safety work and blasting one of the mountains down. We could still camp in the parking lot in that area, but once a week or so, they're gonna do some dynamite charges, and we heard them and saw the smoke and dust just rising up off the mountain that they're trying to bring down.
We were completely safe though. We figured if they're okay with us camping here, it's not gonna reach us, and we were fine, but it was a view for sure. Hi, buddy.
Who's a happy boy? Who's a happy boy? Who's a happy boy? Are you gonna get nice and dirty? Oh, yeah. Our cats loved this spot.
Pizzicato, what happened to you? What is this?
See the fence? The fence says we can't go that way. I know fences don't mean anything to you, but we can't go that past the fence. Yeah, we gotta go this way. Yeah, still can't go under the fence, okay? You don't like boundaries, do you?
It was a great camp spot. I really liked it. It got busier the more we stayed there, but it was fine.
There's nothing quite like the beauty of nature painting that great big show in the sky every night.
And we've immortalized it through art and apparel.
The realist collection is taken from footage from our time down in Texas.
And the Dreamer collection is inspired by many beautiful sunrise and sunsets we've seen on our journeys. And just happens to be the cover art of our new song, Great Big Show.
Singing our hearts out when we say our goodnight. A home on the front bench for a great big show. A great big show in the sky.
A lot of people have asked why our song isn't available for free on streaming, and the reason is we put so much passion in this song that we felt like it was worth a little bit. For just $3 you get the song pack, a Great Big Show, with the album artwork, the liner notes and lyrics, and screensavers for both your computer and phone. We've chosen to distribute our music this way because if 1,000 of you who watch this video support us, that's the equivalent of 400,000 streams.
We'd love it if you'd support us on this journey, making videos, music, and art. We'll leave the link below for both the merch store and to buy the song pack.
Ashley says they're up there, but we've nowhere to hide. So we're smiling and waiting for that great big show, for the great big show in the sky.
This has been a nice impromptu BML place for us. Managed to stay 6 nights. We could have stayed 14, but yesterday afternoon our alternator came in, so we're off to the mechanic and we're gonna hang out in the mechanic all day. And we're at the mechanics, set up for them to install our new to us refurbished alternator. So I looked at air-cooled alternators, and it was going to cost us Probably around $2,500, which means we would never have an oil leak again. We poor. Luckily, Joe, mechanic friend, you guys have seen him in the videos, he had a guy up at Kirk's in Detroit that does rebuilt alternators. We were able to pick one of those up for, I think it was $850, and that includes shipping. It weighs over 150 pounds, so they gotta put it on a forklift so nobody pulls their back out, which is one of the biggest reasons that I didn't even want to try to attempt to do this myself. Along with the alternator, they sent us a new gasket, a new bearing, so if we want to change those out in a year, we can. They also sent us some little gifts, free with alternator.
Yay! Getting things done.
They're also going to go ahead and put that new fuel filter housing. You might have remembered from a year and a half ago that we just strapped that fuel filter on. I've been keeping an eye on it. I've actually changed those straps twice in the last year and a half just to make sure they're good and tight. But I'm gonna feel so much better having that thing actually mounted where it's supposed to be. Things are going pretty smooth. They got the alternator pulled out and the new one put in less than an hour. 2 guys on it, young guys. No back issues, obviously. I'm glad I didn't try to do it because you needed at least 3 special wrenches. 1 wrench is like the size of my hand. So after the alternator's put in, I decided to take a look and put the new fuel filter on. It turns out they sent us the wrong part because we needed the secondary fuel filter and they sent us a primary. This means I have 2 primary fuel filters. I'm waiting for the parts guys in El Paso to give me a call back.
So Don decided to drive down there to see if they had the part we needed.
Traffic is a mess. The 10, so much construction.
On the way there, they called him and said, we don't have it. We'd have to get it from Phoenix, which means we wouldn't get it until tomorrow. But come anyway and we'll check around. Who knows, maybe we have the part somewhere.
The guy clicked the wrong button when he got the part for us and set it aside. Not the people here, not the mechanics here. These guys are great. It was the guys down at the parts supply company.
He drove all the way down to El Paso, and luckily they did have it.
So thank goodness we got it. And now, looking at it, it's not exactly the same as the other one.
And now, well, we're getting close to the time that the mechanics need to close up for the day, and we're hoping that they can get that in. We have been here all day, but most of the day has been spent driving back and forth to El Paso.
So we gotta put some adapters, some brass adapters, so we can get all the fittings in the correct place, and then hopefully get it put into the spot. Then we can test it out as well as the new alternator all at the same time. So let's wrap up the day here. Arnold here at Advanced Diesel Services ran out and found the right adapter so we could get our fuel lines hooked up to our new secondary fuel filter housing and get the bus back on the road again. Well, on the road, I guess, is a strong statement. We were able to drive about 50 yards.
So we're back sleeping at the mechanics tonight.
Does that mean we get a second Sleep in the Mechanic Bus Life Merit Badge?
Definitely 2 stars.
Mela's got Mr. Sweet out. He is sniffing around. He's been dying to get out and explore the parking lot. Everybody's gone here. We're locked in for the night. Pizzicato and I are just hanging out, enjoying what's looking like it's going to be another spectacular New Mexico sunset.
Mr. Seaface is super happy. He doesn't care where we are.
He wanted to go outside as soon as we got here, and he waited patiently all day long.
As long as there's something to hide behind and bunny tails or grass, he's a happy boy. And so we're pretty happy here too. It's nice to just be able to just stay. It's nice to have the bus problems getting fixed.
Tomorrow we got a 3.5 hour drive. We're gonna discover if there's any other problems, for sure.
But hopefully you don't see another video about problems of the bus shifting. I really hope that now we're done with that chapter.
Yeah.
But we still have the most expensive piece of maintenance on the bus to come, which is changing our tires.
It's gonna be like $5,000, I think. But if you'd like to support us and help us keep staying on the road and making videos, head over to our Patreon. There's a free tier. Not only will we be able to stay better connected with you outside of the YouTube algorithm, but we've got some music we're so excited to share and some artwork that we've created that you can get on merchandise, apparel, t-shirts, things like that.
Ashley says there are bears out, but with nowhere to hide. So where's my